Invest in yourself. In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 ways that I have personally invested in myself that has changed my life. Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Jewel Tolentino here from Esatino Media, and on this channel, we show you how to create profitable content. The first way to invest in yourself: reading books. If you don't like to read books, listen to audiobooks. If you don't like to listen to audiobooks, watch YouTube videos. So initially growing up, I used to think reading was stupid. I actually really thought it was lame. You know, looking back, I know why. It's because we had to read stuff that I was not interested in. Read and listen to audiobooks that interest you, that are gonna lift you up. For me, that was personal development books, business books, books that teach you a skill that you want to learn. And if you're like, oh, I'm not ready to read books, or I'm not ready to listen to audiobooks, start off with watching YouTube videos about certain topics that you're interested in, then listen to podcasts that you're interested in, and then get to books and/or audiobooks. This is a picture of my Audible library. I have a subscription to Audible. Personally, I prefer listening to audiobooks. So I'll listen to audiobooks while I'm working out, while I'm walking, while I'm cooking, while I'm driving, while I'm cleaning. In fact, it has, for the majority of the time, replaced music. I used to always listen to music all the time, but now I'm like, oh, I should be, listening to an audiobook. I should be listening to a podcast. So I actually listen to podcasts and listen to audiobooks more than I listen to music, which that never used to be the case. And what happens when you read books, when you listen to audiobooks, it's going to really expand your mind. You're going to hear different perspectives, different thoughts. You're going to learn about things. Honestly, if you feed your brain with the right kind of things by learning and growing, it's going to give you new experiences, new ways to solve problems. So I would gravitate towards the one that you feel most comfortable with. And the choices, again, that I gave are reading a physical book, reading a digital book like on a Kindle, listening to audiobooks, watching YouTube videos on the specific topic or skill that you want to learn, and/or watching or listening to podcasts. And I would highly recommend getting an Audible subscription. It is totally worth it. I have the Audible subscription where I get 1 credit a month and they don't expire. So even if, the credit I got rolls over to the next month, it just stays in your account until you use it. Whenever I hear someone recommend a book to me or a new book is coming out, I immediately go get it on my Audible account and just have it sitting in my digital library until I'm ready to read it. The second way to invest in yourself is to purchase online courses and programs of things that you are interested in learning, whatever it is. And it doesn't necessarily have to be, business-based or entrepreneurial-based or, having to make money or anything like that. It can be an art course. It can be how to make something course. It can be a cooking course, whatever. Like I said, when you are giving your brain new experiences, you're expanding yourself. Your brain is growing. It's going to be better for you in the long run. So at this point, I have probably purchased hundreds of courses on all different topics. Whatever I wanted to get into and learn, I bought a course on it. So learning how to sell on Amazon, I bought a course on that. At the time, learning how to blog write. Even though I don't blog, I learned about it. Learned that I actually don't really like it, so I don't do it as much, but I bought the course, took it, implemented some things, and then realized that it wasn't something that I wanted to do. And sometimes you have to do that. You have to go through it to know that you don't want to do it. And just because, I'm not doing blog writing anymore, I still learned enough skills to write posts, write social media posts, do copy, do email. So the skill that I learned from this blogging course, even though it's not necessarily blogging, I still took something away from it. So you can always take something away from courses and programs that you get and you actually learn. Now, you do actually have to go through the course. Don't actually buy the course and then not do anything with it. Go through it, watch it, learn it, take action on it, watch it again. Oh, and another thing about going back to my first point about, listening to audiobooks, and that's what I like to do. I listen to certain audiobooks several times over and over again. I'll finish it and then I might repeat it right after, or I'll finish it and then come back to it again later on in the year. So don't be afraid to relearn things, redo it, to solidify it in your head. Now, going back to the purchasing online programs and courses, I always saw it as an investment in myself. I'm paying this amount of money, and I've paid for courses from, $20 courses to $5,000 courses. And each time I look at it as an investment in myself. I don't look at it as, oh, am I going to waste my money? I always look at it as, this could be the thing that, launches me off to the next step, gets me to the next level. This could change my life. And several times, many courses have actually changed my life. The third way to invest in yourself is to go to events, conferences, and seminars. Even before our business was making money, we would go to conferences and events all over the world. And sometimes we only had enough money, me and my best friend and business partner, we only had enough money for the event ticket, the flight, and the hotel. And we had to really be cautious about the money that we were spending, on food when we were out there. For example, we went to this conference in Anaheim, California. We're here in Vancouver, Canada. I had just enough money for the ticket of the event, the hotel, and the flight. And first of all, we weren't getting the nicest hotels. We were getting not motels, but the cheapest hotel that we could get. And we tried to find a hotel that was walkable distance, if it was a 20-minute or less walk, so that we didn't have to pay money to get a taxi or an Uber. And we always looked to see if there is a Target or a Walmart nearby that we could walk to, because whenever we would fly in, land in the city, first thing we would do is drop off all of our stuff at the hotel room, then either walk if it was in walkable distance. If it wasn't, then we would take a taxi to the nearest Target or Walmart, and we would, get water for really cheap, and we would buy foods for the rest of the trip that were really cheap that didn't need a refrigerator. So things like a loaf of bread, technically you don't have to put that in the fridge, or peanut butter and jam. I know sometimes it says to refrigerate after opening, but if we didn't have one available in the room, we would just put it in the ice bucket. And that's what we would eat for breakfast, is these peanut butter and jam sandwiches, and we would make some for the lunch during the conference. And so we had to do whatever we could to save money that way. But we knew that being at the conference and the event could be a life-changing experience. You could have an interaction with someone. Someone could literally say one idea to you, one thing. Someone has a contact, someone could help you out. And so we saw the value in going to these events, conferences, and seminars all over the world. And so they were a major priority when we were first starting out in entrepreneurship, was to get the funds to try and get on these events, try and get to go to these events. The experiences and the energy there are invaluable. The fourth way to invest yourself is to get a mentor. Now, you might be thinking, well, I don't have the money to get a mentor. They're probably really expensive. They're super busy. Yeah, they are. But believe it or not, there are people that are willing to help you out for free because they see that you're a go-getter, you have good energy, they see something in you. And so they help you out for free. You got to put it out there though. And there are also paid mentors. So we've had both free and paid mentors. And there's even mentors where they're from afar. So what do I mean by that? Well, for example, right now, I'm watching a specific entrepreneur. I've never met the person, but I watch all their stuff. I watch every single YouTube video. I watch all their podcasts. I watch all their interviews. And it's kind of like he's my mentor, but he has no idea who I am, but I'm absorbing all of his content. And so I consider him kind of like a mentor because he has amazing things to say and I'm learning so much from him. So getting a mentor doesn't always have to be paid. They can be from afar, they can be free, they can just want to help you out. But find someone that you can look up to. It's going to help when you're making certain decisions and you're like, well, what would this person do? They would probably do it like this because you've been watching their videos or their interviews or read their books and you kind of already know how they would do the decision, and so it kind of like helps you make the decision. And the fifth and final way to invest yourself that has changed my life is to take care of your health. Now, I know that this is like oh, really? That one's on the list. Yes, this is actually the most important one, because I realized very early on that if I'm not healthy, I can't do anything. I can't be there for other people. I can't be there for my family. I can't do my business. I can't do all the fun stuff that I want to do if I'm not healthy, both physically and mentally. Quick little story here. I started entrepreneurship in 2009, 2010. Started really just laser focused. That's all I lived and breathed. And from up until 2017 and 18, I had let myself go. I gained a lot of weight. I gained over 50 pounds in that time span. I was so obsessed with business that I just ate anything and everything any time of the day. I would stay up, pull up all-nighters, eat junk food, get the Whoppers, because it's the cheapest and it's the fastest. And to top it all off, I was sitting in front of the computer. I wasn't working out at all. I didn't go to the gym. And so it was really no wonder what happened. I ended up gaining over 50 pounds and actually really started to feel bad about it. It was all of a sudden I noticed that I'm having a hard time going up the stairs. It's harder to move. Everything seems heavy, And then so in 2018, I was took a real hard look at myself, had some events happen, had some health scares happen, and made the decision that this needs to be a priority now. And so initially, I joined the gym, realized I didn't know how to work out, pretty much went on the elliptical, went on all the easy exercises and the ones that I liked, And then I thought, okay, how can I take this seriously? I put my money to my mouth and I said, okay, we need to get a personal trainer. I had dreaded and avoided getting a personal trainer for many years because I just already was they're too expensive. It's not worth it. What? I'm going to have a trainer tell me to do this exercise? Well, you don't actually know how valuable they are when you find a good one, because they are like a coach and a mentor for you in the fitness. And right away, I saw a major difference when I took my health seriously by getting a personal trainer, because I could not break those appointments. It was very easy for me to skip the gym when all I had was a gym membership and there was no accountability. When you have a personal trainer and you book things in, usually you can't cancel, within 24 hours because, it's wasting their time and they have many other clients. So when there's that accountability piece, they're waiting for you, they're rooting for you. It completely changed the health game for me. And I have to say that I started out with working out, personal training and that kind of thing, but my eating was still bad. I initially assumed I'm working out so I can still eat whatever I want. Now, this didn't happen initially, but slowly over time, over the years, I have worked my way to getting healthier. I know it's difficult for people, but I'll just give you a little spectrum here. 2015, 16, 17, 18, I'm eating McDonald's, Burger King, Pizza Hut, Panago Pizza, almost every day. And now, I'm not saying I have eating all figured out, but I don't have that stuff very often anymore. So it doesn't happen right away. It happened gradually over time. But for me, I realized if I'm going to last in the game, if I want to be able to do more with my business, if I want to be able to do these meetings, these videos take energy, I need to be healthy. And honestly, being healthier feels way better. Even though at the time when you're eating the burger and it tastes so good and stuff like that, and I'm not saying I still eat burgers, but I don't eat them every day anymore, multiple times a day. It feels better to be on this side, and I feel stronger, and I'm still working on myself. It's never ending. That's a thing with learning and growing and fitness. It's never ending. It's really about the journey of it all. And so I would say if you're not taking your health seriously, to really take a look at it, because just think about when you get sick or when you hurt yourself or something. You can't do anything, and I don't want to jeopardize everything. So for me, now, like, I'm taking health very seriously because, all you have to do is look at some older people that are having a hard time, and it's what you do now that kind of predicts your future. And so if you're not doing any fitness, you're not working out, you're not keeping your body active, then you're going to pay for it later on. And so I'm doing what I can now. So those are 5 ways that I have invested in myself that have completely changed my life. I wanted to create this video, share my experiences with you guys, and to get you to invest in yourself. It's honestly truly worth it. Investing in yourself is always the way to go. Thank you so much for listening. I'm rooting for you, and I'll see you in the next video.